The familiar scent of my mother's jasmine tea filled my senses as I stepped across the threshold. Home. It had been months since my last visit, the demands of my fledgling YouTube career keeping me tethered to the city. But this weekend, I craved the comfort of my childhood home, the easy banter with my parents, the comforting rhythm of their familiar routines. My parents, the embodiment of stability. Married for over 2 decades, their love story was the stuff of legend. High school sweethearts, college sweethearts, life partners, they navigated life's ups and downs with an enviable unity, their love a beacon of warmth in our family. I often joke that they were the antidote to my own cynical view of relationships. This weekend was different though. I was filming for my channel, a day in my life segment showcasing the charm of a suburban Saturday. My camera followed me as I captured snippets of my mom tending her herb garden, the sun dappling her silvering hair. My dad, ever the comedian, pretended to chase our old Labrador around the oak tree he'd planted when I was born. As I uploaded the day's footage onto my laptop that night, a sense of contentment settled over me. I was capturing the essence of my parents' love, their enduring bond. Little did I know, I was about to uncover a truth that would shatter the very foundation of my family. The glow of the laptop screen illuminated my face as I began editing the day's footage. I smiled, reliving the happy moments, the comfortable silences between my parents speaking volumes of their shared history. Then, it happened. A seemingly innocuous clip, my dad on the phone, his back to the camera as he strolled into the garage. His voice, a hushed murmur, sent a chill down my spine. "I can't make it this weekend, sweetheart." "No, she doesn't suspect a thing. You know I love you." My breath caught in my throat. The endearment, the secrecy, the implication of it all. My blood ran cold. This couldn't be real. My dad? Having an affair? The footage seemed to mock me, his words echoing in the quiet of my room. It was as if the man I thought I knew, the bedrock of our family, was a stranger. The camera had captured a truth that was never meant to be seen, a truth that threatened to unravel everything I held dear. The world spun. My carefully constructed reality crumbled. How could this be happening? The questions swirled, each one sharper than the last. Nausea welled up as I hit replay again and again. Each time his words landed like blows, each syllable chipping away at the image of the perfect family I held so dear. The weight of the secret pressed down on me, suffocating. I had to confront him, but the thought of seeing the guilt in his eyes, of hearing him confirm the truth, was unbearable. Instead, I found myself drawn to my mother's room, the scent of jasmine tea, a fragile comfort in the storm raging within me. She sat by the window, a book in her lap, her face serene in the moonlight. I wanted to scream, to cry, to demand answers, but as I looked at her, a calmness washed over me. This woman, my mother, the strongest person I knew, deserved to know the truth. Her reaction was not what I expected. No tears, no accusations, just a quiet sadness that settled in her eyes, a weary acceptance of a truth she had perhaps always known. "It's been going on for a while," she said, her voice steady, devoid of the rage I felt. "I chose to stay, for you, for the family we built." Her words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken pain. The revelation that this wasn't a new transgression, but a long-held secret, shattered me. How had she borne this burden alone, with such grace for so long? My anger shifted, from my father to the situation, to the impossible choice thrust upon my mother. "Why?" I whispered, the question torn from my lips. She looked at me, her gaze unwavering. "Because sometimes love isn't enough. But family, that enduring bond, that's worth fighting for." Her words, though spoken softly, held the strength of a warrior. She wouldn't be a victim. She would face this betrayal head-on, with dignity and a plan of her own. I saw then a steely resolve in her eyes, a plan forming. Section 5. The Unveiling. The air crackled with anticipation as my father, oblivious to the storm brewing, basked in the glow of his birthday celebration. Relatives had gathered, laughter filled the house, gifts piled high. He was the center of attention, the patriarch, the man who held our family together. My stomach churned. The secret I carried felt like a physical weight, threatening to spill out with every forced smile, every clink of champagne glasses. My mother, however, was a vision of composure. She moved through the crowd with her usual grace, her smile a touch brighter, her laughter a touch louder. Then, as my father launched into a rambling anecdote, his voice booming, my mother cleared her throat. The room fell silent. She stood there, a small figure in the crowded room, yet radiating a quiet power. "There's something you all should know," she began, her voice clear as a bell. My heart pounded against my ribs. This was it, the moment of truth. Section 6. The weight of silence. The room seemed to shrink, the air thick with anticipation. My father, still oblivious, chuckled. "What's that, darling? Going to reveal my hidden talent for karaoke?" My mother's smile didn't waver. "Not quite, dear," she said, her voice laced with a newfound steeliness. "I wanted to take this opportunity, with everyone we love gathered here, to share something important." A hush fell over the room. My aunts leaned forward, their faces etched with concern. My cousins, their youthful excitement replaced with a bewildered curiosity, whispered amongst themselves. The weight of unspoken words hung heavy in the air, suffocating in its intensity. My eyes darted to my father. He was still smiling, but his eyes held a flicker of unease, a dawning realization that this wasn't another one of my mother's playful jests. My hand instinctively reached for my camera, the familiar weight a strange comfort in the chaos unfolding around me. The content creator in me couldn't help but document this raw, unscripted moment, even as my heart ached with a potent blend of anger and empathy. Section 7. Shifting Sands of Family. For years, my mother continued, her voice unwavering, "I've maintained a facade of a happy marriage, but the truth is your beloved husband, your father, has been living a lie." Gasps rippled through the room. My aunts, their faces now pale with shock, reached for each other in a show of solidarity. My cousins, their eyes wide with disbelief, stared at their once infallible uncle. My father, his face now drained of all color, stammered, "What are you talking about? This is ridiculous." But my mother, no longer the meek, accommodating wife, silenced him with a look. "The charade is over," she declared, her voice ringing with a quiet power. "You made your choices, and now it's time to face the consequences." The room erupted in a cacophony of accusations, denials, and shocked whispers. The carefully constructed facade of our family had crumbled, leaving behind a raw, exposed truth. Section 8. Picking up the pieces. The following weeks were a blur of tearful phone calls, hushed conversations, and a profound sense of displacement. My once idyllic childhood home, now tainted with the bitter aftertaste of betrayal, felt more like a crime scene than a sanctuary. My father, his carefully crafted mask of respectability shattered, retreated into a shell of his former self. His apologies, though plentiful, felt hollow, lacking the genuine remorse that might have offered a sliver of solace. My mother, on the other hand, emerged from the wreckage stronger, more determined than ever. She filed for divorce, her chin held high, her eyes fixed firmly on the future. Her strength, her unwavering resilience became my anchor in the storm. The family I once knew had fractured, the pieces scattered like confetti in the wind. The future seemed uncertain, daunting even, but amidst the wreckage, a glimmer of hope emerged. Section 9. Redefining Home. As I packed up my childhood belongings, each photograph, each trinket, a poignant reminder of a bygone era, I realized that home wasn't just a place. It was a feeling, a sense of belonging, of unconditional love and support. And that, I realized, was something my mother had given me in abundance. We moved into a smaller house, a cozy cottage nestled amidst a canopy of oak trees, its walls echoing with laughter and shared dreams. It wasn't the sprawling home I grew up in, but it was ours, a sanctuary built on honesty and unwavering love. My online community, initially drawn to the lightheartedness of my channel, rallied around me, offering words of encouragement and support. They too had experienced the sting of betrayal, the complexities of family dynamics. Section 10. Scars and Silver Linings. Life, as it always does, went on. The initial shock faded, replaced by a quiet acceptance of the new normal. My father's absence, once a gaping hole in our lives, became a dull ache, a reminder of a trust irrevocably broken. I poured my heart into my work, my channel evolving to reflect my own journey of self-discovery, resilience, and the enduring power of family. My story resonated with countless others, my vulnerability forging an unexpected bond with strangers across the globe. My relationship with my mother deepened, the shared experience of betrayal forging an unbreakable link between us. We learned to laugh again, to find joy in the simplest of pleasures, to celebrate the fierce love that had seen us through the darkest of times. Section 11, The Long Road Back. The road to healing is long and arduous, marked by setbacks and triumphs in equal measure. Forgiveness, I've learned, is a complex and deeply personal journey, one I'm still navigating. What started as a simple day in my life video project became an unexpected catalyst, unearthing a painful truth and setting in motion a chain of events that irrevocably altered the course of our lives. It taught me that family isn't about picture-perfect moments or unwavering loyalty to flawed individuals. It's about love, resilience, and the courage to face the truth, no matter how painful it may be. And in the wreckage of broken trust and shattered illusions, I discovered a strength I never knew I possessed, a fierce determination to build a future defined by honesty, authenticity, and an unwavering belief in the enduring power of love.